Page 331, numbers 5 through 7. 5a, you're asked to isolate the variable. In order to isolate the variable, we have to get everything away from the variable. Step number 1 is to do what? We've got the equation right here. Step number 2 then would be, what are we going to get rid of first? Minus 1. Way to go, Meg. So I go 2x, subtract 1. What's the opposite of subtraction? Addition. Way to go. Whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. We've got to keep it balanced at all times. What happens to minus 1 plus 1? They cancel out. Excellent. Leaving us with 2x is equal to 8. Divide both sides by 2. These guys cancel out. X is equal to, way to go. Okay, so that's the steps in solving this one. Now we have to verify. So to verify, we take our answer and plug it back in. 2 times 4 minus 1, is that equal to 7? We have to show all the steps as we're doing this. 2 times 4 is? Thank you. 8 minus 1, is that equal to 7? What is 8 minus 1? 7 equals 7. Give ourselves a check mark because we have it done correctly. We'll run out of space here. The next one, first step is, I like to rewrite these guys. I think it's easier for me to understand if I rewrite it. You don't have to, but if it makes more sense to you, please rewrite it. So the first step would be to get rid of the subtract 1, which would be, excellent. What happens to our minus 1 plus 1? Very good. Leaving us with 4a equals 12. We've got 4 times a. The opposite of times is divide. Whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. These guys cancel out, leaving us with a is equal to 3. So then we have 11. Is that equal to 4 times 3 minus 1? Sorry, minus 1. So 11, is that equal to 4 times 3 is? Minus 1. 11 equals 11. We're correct. Give yourselves a check mark for having it correct. So several steps. We write down the equation, we solve it, we find the solution, and then we verify. Okay, once we have the solution, we found our variable there. Next one, let's rewrite this one. 2m plus 5 equals 9. So the first step is to get rid of the plus 5, which involves minus 5. Whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other side. These guys cancel out, leaving us with 2m equals, what's 9 minus 5? Then we divide both sides by 2 to isolate the variable. These guys cancel out. M is equal to 2. Now we have to substitute back in. So 2 times 2 plus 5, is that equal to 9? What is 2 times 2? Plus 5. Is that equal to 9? 4 plus 5 is 9, equals 9. And again, give yourself a check mark for having it correct. Next one. 1 equals 10 minus 3x. Let's rewrite this guy. Negative 3x, because we have to bring the sign with it, plus 10 equals 1. First step is to get rid of the plus 10. Jordan, I can hear your music over here. And my ears are plugged right now. So to get rid of the plus 10, what do we need to do? Subtract 10 from both sides. That was also recorded, Jordan. These guys cancel out, leaving us with negative 3x is equal to negative 9. Now to get rid of this negative 3, we have to divide this side by negative 3 and this side by negative 3. Our 3's cancel out, leaving us with x equals 3. Substitute back in. 1 equals 10 minus 3 times 3. 1 equals 10. What's 3 times 3? 9. 10 minus 9 is? We verified that one as well then. Come down. Okay, extend page. There we go. All right, so the next one, 13 minus 2x equals 5. We have to rewrite this one. Negative 2x plus 13 equals 5. Jordan, take them off. Shut that off. First step is to get rid of the plus 13. So negative 2x plus 13 minus 13 equals 5 minus 13. These two 13s cancel out. Plus minus, they cancel. Leaving us with negative 2x equals, what's 5 minus 13? You're starting at 5. We're moving back 13. Negative 8. Way to go. Okay. Now we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. These guys cancel out. X is equal to 4. So we substitute back in. 13 minus 2 times 4, is that equal to 5? 13 minus, what's 2 times 8? Sorry, 2 times 4? 8. You guys are smart. Is that equal to 5? 13 minus 8 is 5 equals 5, and that's correct. Next one, 3x minus 6 equals 12. The first step is to get rid of the minus 6, so we're going to add 6 to both sides. Way to go. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side. These guys cancel out, leaving us with 3x equals 12 plus 6 is 18. We divide both sides by 3. These guys cancel out, leaving us with x equals 6. 3 times 6 subtract 6, is that equal to 12? 3 times 6 is minus 6, is that equal to 12? What's 18 minus 6? Equals 12. Okay, again, it does seem like kind of a waste of time doing the verification right now, but once you start doing grade 9, grade 10, grade 11 math, you have to do the verification because you can't look at it and say, yes, this is the correct answer. So it's really important that you learn to do this now. Next page, we have 4x equals negative 16. We need to get the variable, the x, all by itself. So we have to get rid of the 4. It reads 4 times x, so the opposite is divide. Cancel. We have x equal to negative 4, though, right? We have to include the negative sign. So 4 times negative 4, is that equal to negative 16? 4 times negative 4 is negative 16 equals negative 16, and we are correct. B, 12 equals negative 3x. We have to get the x by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. We get negative 4 equals x. We can check going 12. Is that equal to negative 3 times negative 4? 12 equals 12, because a negative times a negative gives you a positive. Here we're dividing both sides by 7. We get negative 3 equals x. Negative 21, is that equal to 7 times negative 3? So negative 21 is equal to negative 21. And number 6, sorry, D, we divide both sides by 6. X is equal to negative 5. We do a check. 6 times negative 5, is that equal to negative 30? We multiply these two together, we get negative 30 equals negative 30. Last question, you're asked to find the mistake the students made on this. Please don't. Okay, so we have the equation, negative 3x plus 15 equals 30. This person subtracted 15 from this side, so they're trying to get rid of this 15. What did they do to this side? They added and subtracted 15, so they took everything over. And that's their mistake. They shouldn't have brought the 15 here as well. Okay, so to correct this one then, negative 3x plus 15 equals 30. Negative 3x plus 15 minus 15 equals 30 minus 15. These guys cancel out, leaving us with negative 3x equals 15. Divide both sides by negative 3, and we find out that x is actually equal to negative 5. Good. What was the mistake that was made over on number B? Letter B. Sorry, Curtis. What was the mistake that was made over here? Right. They added instead of subtracted, right? So 7 equals 1 plus 2n. 7 minus 1 equals 1 minus 1 plus 2n. These guys cancel out. What is 7 minus 1? It should be 6 here. Divide both sides by 2. These guys become 3. That becomes n. So they should have got an answer of 3 instead. Okay, good. Is there more parts to that? I'm sorry. I was so quick to get these things on the board this morning that I didn't do the other parts. What do they read? Should be lots of dead space this morning on here. Oh, okay, part C then. What did that student do wrong? Looking on your textbook at page 331, what did that student do wrong on number C? They did subtract 3 from both sides. Sorry? What did they do wrong in C? The answer is? Yes. Yes. Nope, no, you're right. Yes, they had to divide both sides by 2, which gave t equal to 0.5 or 0.5. Good. So they didn't divide correctly. They divided both sides by 1, and that was incorrect. They should have divided both sides by 2. On D, what did they do wrong? No, I think you're right. There are no mistakes on D, were there? Okay, so D was done correctly. Good. Now I'll stop then.